I'm enjoying it as we discuss one of the biggest sim racing hardware controversies of recent times. That's enough of the intro right now. Strangely enough, this came to my knowledge not that long ago. A few days ago, I was eager to sit down and record this video because the YouTuber Danny Lee, if you are in a sim racing media in a way, you have heard of him. If you have not heard of him, of Daniel Lee, you should actually check his channel. I'm going to link it down below, the direct link to each video. I'm going to put some snippets of the video, but not much because I really don't want to steal his thunder. Just go to his channel, Danny Lee, DANNYLEE, and he has an excellent video about the VRS, the Direct VRS uDFP, the Direct Force Pro, and it's the uDFP. So uDFP, and why is this? I have lots of notes to discuss, and this is not going to be a review about the product. I don't have access to the product, but VRS, if you're watching this, wink wink. But this is very controversial because it has a specific model that you can use to buy the product, and I'm a little bit torn in terms of to decide what do I think about this. I probably will make a separate video about my final thoughts if that's possible. And bear in mind, I have not used the product itself. Danny has, and Danny on his video talked very good about it. So in terms of it being a product, it's obviously clear that it's a good product, like VRS does all the time. I don't have access to it. I did not experiment with it. VRS, if you're watching this and want to lend me one, I'm all about it. But what it is unique about this, it's payment model in a way. So it's a wheelbase, and you can go to the VRS site and buy the base itself, the base with wheels, pedals. That's all good and dandy. But the thing is the payment model. Let me explain you why. And I highly advise you, after you watch my video, go and check Danny Lee's video, or the other way around, it's fine. I just want to start a discussion on my community and on my channel. This is mainly to start a discussion and get some feedback on my comments on this video about that. So basically, this has a base price of 449 euros or dollars, and this starts as a 6 Newton meter base at 449. So at 449, you can buy the base as a 6 Newton meter base. It's so far so good. It's a good price for the base with this strength in a way. But the unique thing about this base is that you keep the base forever, but you can upgrade its strength. They're Newton meters. So if you buy at 449, you get the 6 Newton meter. If you buy a 549 9 Newton meter, 649 12, 649 15, and 847 20. If you know, when I check the sites, and I don't know if the B-roll is going to expose that, but one of the 9 Newton meter was out of stock, which is kind of strange because if you check the site yourselves, I'm going to put the site on the description below. If you check the site yourselves, maybe there are other models are out of stock and not the 9 Newton meter like I found it. It's strange because it's the same wheelbase, so how can it be available to some and out of stock to the others? That's strange to me because the wheelbase it's the same. It's just the payment model and the license, quote unquote license, you install on the base that it's different. So how can some models be out of stock? Maybe VRS can clarify that on the chat, on the comments below. I'm very curious to know. Or if anyone else knows the answer, I'm very curious. So first question is, how come, since this is the same wheelbase with different power levels, it's the same hardware according to VRS, how come some are out of stock? Maybe they have limited licensing issue. I don't know, but let me know. So the thing is also that First of all, what do you think about this? About the buying the same hardware and the license will just unblock different power levels? Let me know it on the comments below. Second thing is, if you buy the 6 Newton meter, like the 449 base, you just need to pay the different price difference between the 449 to the 549. So 100 euros will get you the 9 Newton meter, 200 euros will get you 15, and so forth and so forth. So if you start at 6, you pay 100 bucks in theory, and you can unlock the 9, you pay another 100 bucks, you can unlock the 12, and so on. So one single piece of hardware, and the licensing model will decide which power level you will get. This reminds me, I don't know if you are in the area in the mean, but I also work for Cisco, and the Cisco routers and switches have a similar model, which is you have one unique universal operating system, and it's the license. Windows, it's also similar to that. So in Windows, you have one base image that you can unlock based on the license. But this is kind of software level things, right? This is at a software level. iRacing is also a payment model, so it's at the software level. As far as I know, at the hardware level, it's a first time to me, but there's always a first time for everything. So the next thing I would like to ask you guys is, which power level do you think it's ideal for you? The 6, the 9, the 12, the 15, or the 20? I think around the 9 to 12 power level, it's pretty good. You have a very good experience. 6, a little bit on the weak side. 12, ideal. 15, and I have not tried it. I have not tried this base specifically, but I believe that probably around the 12 to 15 level Newton meter is going to be ideal for most situations. 20, it's the peak. And 20 Newton meter, it can easily break your wrists. So it's very aggressive, but at this point in this type of equipment, you are not searching for pure strength. You are looking at detail. So 20 Newton meter is going to give you more detail than the 6. Of course, I'm going to the extremes, but you know what I mean. But what is the ideal between price and performance? So 15 would cost you 750 bucks or euros. 12, 649. So I think that between the 12 and 15 should be ideal for most situations, depending on your wallet. But the good thing about this model is that you can invest on the 12, and later down the line, you can just spend your money to do the upgrade. So yeah, this is a licensing model, but Fanatec, it does the same similar thing with, they have the same DD base. You have videos about this on my channel, go and check it out. And the power brick will decide the power level. So is it that different? Yeah, it's fully done at the hardware level, but the price difference, the power brick costs 150 euros, around about that if you go to the original one. So and gives you a performance jump in terms of strength. Is it that different to buy an alternate power brick than just buying the license? Is it that different? I mean, is it that different? Please let me know in the comments below. Okay? So, another thing that, since it's at the software level, that I'm thinking about is hacking possible? Do you think hacking will just make things go, it's a possibility? Someone may find a way to hack the device and get max level at the lowest cost? Hacking will void the warranty for most likely, unless the hackers can find a way to roll back to the original firmware. Let me know in the comments below. Will this be tied in the future at the subscription level? I mean, yeah, let's say you bought the 749 euros and you get that, but do you think they will introduce some sort of subscription in the future? Like, if you pay the subscription, you get the 15. If you don't, you go back to 6, or you have a brick in your sim rig. I highly doubt this will happen, but it's something that crossed my mind, and I want to hear your thoughts about it. The next question I have is that, does this mean that that base costs him 449 euros? So it means that basically the base costs you costs them to build 449 with a profit. Of course, it costs at least half of this at scale. But of course, 449 immediately gives them the profit. I don't say it's going to be the double the profit, but 30% profit, something along those lines. But if does this cost him? Let's say it costs them $300 to build. They sell the base level for 449. They are already in a profit, which means that if you buy the 20, they are more than doubling their investment. Do you think that the 449 actually represents a 30% profit for them? That's a very interesting business model. I would like to know if someone knows business better than I do, if there are anybody that actually understands business more than I do. Do you think this is a possibility? So do you think this costs them 300 euros to build because they are building this at scale, so it's going to roll the cost quite a lot? Do you think this costs them 449 euros, and which means that if you buy the 20 version, it's going to give him more than double return ROI? Let me know in the comments below. Okay. And yeah, that's the next question is, if do you think the licenses will break? Since this is software, do you think the licenses will just get damaged or something and you have a brick in your hands? How do you recover from that? It's unlikely, but a possibility. And so when you upgrade, so like a final thought, who do you think is benefiting more from this model? Us consumers or VRS themselves? That's something actually crossed my mind. So who is the biggest who is benefiting the most with this? The consumer, because they have this possibility to grow their base, at least in terms of Newton meters power throughout. Do you think who is benefiting more? Us consumers with this possibility, or VRS themselves by introducing this licensing model? I'm not sure. But one thing I know that it's going to be beneficial for the consumer, it's kind of my final thought before the conclusions, is that this is it is a very good upgrade path. So I don't know about the performance. I don't know how the base performs. I don't know. I don't have the base with me. I don't have a base with me to test it out. I would love to have one to test, but I don't. But in terms of investment, it's very good. It's excellent. I mean, you buy the base at whatever level. Let's say the basest of the basest, 6 Newton meters, and you have the perspective of upgrade in the future with a relatively low cost. Well, that being said, from the 6 to the 20, it's 200 euros difference. Am I doing this right? No, 400 euro difference. So from the 6 Newton meter to the 20 Newton meter, it's 400 euro difference in terms of invest 400 to get the 6, and we invest another 400 to get the 20. Well, we invest 300 to get the 15, and we have to invest 200 to get the 12. 12 should be the sweet spot between the 12 and 15. So you do your first investment, and down the line, you can reinvest and get more power if you feel that you need so. But you don't have to, for example, you don't have to resell your old gear and get some money back of your old gear to get the money to do a new investment. So you keep your gear, it's yours, and you can grow with it. But that's good in terms of that. You don't have to sell, reinvest, stay a couple of weeks without gear because you sold and you're waiting for the other one to arrive. So that's actually a good idea. You don't stop sim racing, but you get a performance boost in seconds, I guess. They also say that you don't need internet access to keep your licenses active. So even you can, even if you are offline, if you are racing an offline race with AI or something of that sort, you still can use your license. You don't have to have the online service to make sure that the license it's okay, which is excellent, because they also say that you can resell the gear to the next person and the license sticks with that base. Basically, it's probably associated with a serial number or something, or MAC address or something of that sort. So lots of thoughts. Comment down below if you have any answers or suggestions of answers for any of my questions and any of my doubts. But I think the final thought is this any... I know that the power levels are different from the DD approach, but do you think that buying a license, it's that different from buying a power brick to get more power from your base? Is the DD model of Fanatec DD model that different from the licensing model that you're using with in this case? So is buying a new power brick different than buying a license? I know the power levels are different. Here you can go from 6 to 20. In the case of DD you don't. It's just 2 power levels. I know that, but is it that different to have a DD base from Fanatec and the power bricks will decide how strong it is? Or do you think they are the same thing but with different approaches? Answer the questions down below. Answer these commentaries down below. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any suggestions of my doubts, and let me know if you think it's that different buying a license from buying a new power brick. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, it really helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.